There's no thought process with it. It's just the price. I'll take it. He's got 3 electric bikes. He's only got 2 fucking legs. I don't get it.
We might be behind the curtain now.
Hey!
We might not.
I'm on Spider watching out just in case, because they like to turn up during the show and try and bite me.
Be okay.
I know, we've got a false widow. I told you,
Yeah,
I had to kill it.
If they bite you, be okay.
They're meant to hurt. False widow. I'll probably die of a heart attack as well. So.
Be okay.
I couldn't fight him because they got 8 legs, haven't they? So if you got 2 fists up.
How come a hamster can chew through its cage, but when it bites you, it's not a problem?
Have you ever been bitten by a hamster?
Yeah.
It is a problem.
Maybe it pulled out.
It really fucking hurts. I was babysitting my dad's boss's kids once, and I put them to bed, and they went, "Oh, John, make sure you kiss the hamster goodnight." And I was like, "No, seriously, that's fine. Come on, boys, let's get to bed." And they went, "No, we're not going to sleep. You should kiss the hamster goodnight." And they'd already kissed the hamster goodnight, and I was like, "No, hamster," and it bit me through the lip.
Stuart Drummond can hear it.
Shitheads. Yay! Who forgot though? Andy Fairchild, Patrick Pyle, Gareth Martin, Bob Clark, Mark White's in the house. The Whitester.
White dog.
Scotty Bigfoot, Stuart Drummond, I should say, Mark Hawes, Dion78. It ain't a show without Dion78.
No, welcome back.
Benzel's in. I think that's about it. I think I've named Johnny S. Bang! Like that.
Oh,
roll them.
Very good. Okay, I'll roll the intro. Welcome to the new Ohm Show, chapter 83, roughly. We're starting to lose count, it's getting to that point. Welcome back, welcome back.
It's a show.
The greatest show on this YouTube channel. No special guest tonight. As such, we might have a major vaping celebrity popping in later on to talk about something very important indeed.
Stay tuned. It's like Children in Need when you promise it a strip.
I wish I could do a Terry Wogan impression.
I know, that's the one.
I'm
all right with voices, and I can't get anywhere near that.
Yeah, I can't do it because there's an Irish twang, but it's not Irish.
It's not Irish. Yeah. It's crazy. It's like about 1 in every 400
even if you got
times.
it right, the pacing. His insane pacing would take some
I've worked out about 3 beers and I've nearly got a cold and I can slam Billy Connolly out of the park. But the rest of the time I can't do it.
It's quite good, yeah. So yeah, we've got someone popping in later potentially. No promises. We've got drama.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about drama later on. We will be talking about the news of the world, the vaping news of the world.
Not the paper, the news of the world.
No, we're not.
It's gone. It's been cancelled.
Not specifically.
The Sunday Summer.
We're going to talk about Christmas. And we're going to be catching up what's been going on our amazing Facebook group as well. So stick around. It's going to be tremendous. Did I miss anything?
I just blew some hoops then, just to keep them. So
you used to do that all the time.
Whoa.
You used to do that as like a nervous tick. Like I'm talking years ago.
Anyway.
Years ago.
I always used to blow hoops, but I think I still do it. Like if you're at a dinner party, old people now they're back to it. Oh, lovely! Here we go. Here we are. Doing it. Who gives a fuck?
What time are we in the UK? 9 p.m.
Who's that? Who asked that? Was that Dan J? He's in New Zealand.
No, it was Estrada e Omar Gange. Right, John, what are you drinking? What are you vaping, my good friend?
I am drinking on Vocation's Daya. D-E. It might be Daya or D-Y-A. I don't know. D-Y-A. It's called. Oh no, Daya. No, it's not. That's the type of beer, isn't it? No, it isn't. Daya.
It's got to be the name.
Daya's the other brewery, Vocation and Daya, and it's called Summer Somewhere. So like it's summer in Australia right now, so it's summer somewhere.
Yeah, it's always summer somewhere.
Sorry, I did not get that. That it's 2 different pubs. Yeah, it's 2 different breweries. It's a pale ale. It's 6%. It's quite nice, actually.
I haven't had one of those collaboration ones I haven't liked yet.
No, because I think they tried. Do you know what I
I
said?
think they try hard, and there's an extra guy to go.
Yeah, it was too. When we first started setting the show up, I had a sip and I said it was boring. But actually, as it's warmed up, it's coming alive. It's got some earthy undertones.
Well,
it's all right, actually. Somewhere they've nailed it. I am vaping on. This is the most nondescript black piece of plastic or black piece of metal ever. You just go, one of them.
That's kind of its charm.
Yeah, you can just put it down
It's
and
almost
it's unobtrusive.
Apple-esque.
Yeah, they did that with the
vape.
first one. This is the Surin Air mod. I'm loving. 13 watts of badass power. I've got it set on with a 0.8 coil. Mouth to lung, and I've got a bit of a secret juice in there. It's nice though.
Top secret. Dan J is in from New Zealand.
That's what I was saying. He's here. Bang, Dan J. I've also got crack current in the 16mm Doigt on top of the Aspire mix, which, fugly or not, or whatever you want to say about it, I think it's all right. I think it's unbreakable. I think it's unbreakable as well. There are so many scratches on it. It's your work a day, every day mod.
It's not ugly, it's industrial.
Yeah. I've still never made it a 3, whatever it goes to, 350. Never bothered.
I find, this isn't proven by science, I find it has very slight constant battery drain.
Oh, if you leave it, yeah, it does.
When I wake up in the morning, if I haven't taken the battery
It's
out,
deader.
it's slightly lower.
Oh, that could be though. But there's lots of things. It could be that, or it could be that it's cold.
Yeah.
Because it's cold, it's going to show up a lower
I
charge.
don't leave it outside.
Do you not? That's what I do. I put them in the gutter just above the window, just like that. Put them there.
And then you say to it, I got you out of the gutter.
Every day. Every day. And I go, but you were looking at the stars. A bit of wild in there.
Beautiful.
Richard, my handsome friend, what are you vaping and what are you drinking?
Thanks, John. Today I'm drinking. I'm drinking a brew that has been brewed in Elon.
Elon Musk?
Or Elon?
I don't know.
It's Brewdog Lost Lager.
Lost Lager. Scotland. Is it Elon?
It's E-L-L-O-N.
I don't know. Is that Scotland?
I don't know why I've never noticed it specifically say that before. Oh no, it's obviously a thing they do now.
Yeah.
I
bet it's not. I bet it's like Hemel Hempstead.
I mean, they wouldn't be the first place because you're not obliged to say that there, are you? You have to say it on the back, don't you?
Yeah. You have to say exactly where it's from on the back.
It's in foreign on the back.
That's why they dirty bastards probably do it.
I wouldn't put it past these guys.
Yeah.
I like that they're pretending to care about the planet.
I do as well. There's lots of bullshit on the back here. But I prefer, but I'm out of glass bottles to fuck off. It's too much pain in the ass. Hoppy Christmas.
After that, Hoppy Christmas. It's time. It's December. It's time for a festive IPA.
Oh, okay. What percentage are we working with?
6.
Oh, that's not so bad. I quite like batteries included. It's very 80s, 90s.
Not included.
Batteries not included, even better. The movie. I watched that the other day. It's still banging.
Team / design brand.
They know their market. Yeah,
really
80s, 90s, millennials. That's what they want.
They always nail that sort of quirky, not quite funny, but not unfunny enough to be cross at it.
Yeah, not unfunny enough to get on your actual tits when you see it and just go, no, fuck off, stop saying it.
So is this one all in foreign? This one's all in all sorts of languages, but predominantly English. So that's
Ellen is a town in Aberdeenshire, says Mick Blizzard.
Beautiful. I bet they're doing wonderful stuff for that town. And I bet it's a lovely place. So, yes, Lost Lager. Then, after that, Hoppy Xmas from the dog.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Well played.
Vaping on some different stuff today. Pulled Rick's squonker from next to the telly. I noticed today in the brighter light, because it's very dim in the living room. I don't know if you do that, but like low wattage in there. It's that's the orgy room.
Oh.
But yes, it's starting to discolour. Ooh.
I avoid anything that'll fuck off my wife if I vape in the front room. Like a cloud, I'll just get a look like, yeah, we're doing that, are we? Nope.
Right, and that's the thing.
I was going to do a week on cartomizers about 3 years ago because I found an old pack of Bogues and I hit the button and it went, and she looked at me and I was like, yeah, that's not a funny idea.
Yeah. In here is Gaffer from TYV. It's a custard. What am I doing? I don't know. So that's in there. That's a thing. Then in the K-Fun I think it's called V4 salts, and that's a custard.
Okay.
It's a salt juice in the K-Fun.
That's from Yorkshire Vapor, right?
I don't think they stock it because that's where I got it, but I don't think they're involved in that one. It's just one of these, little 10 ml salt jobs.
Oh, okay.
Long line of very basic flavours, 4 for a tenner. That shtick.
There we go.
Yeah, so that's in the K-Fun. Also, on the side, the Gaia with the rabbit, and not far behind is the Screamer on the drag. The Screamer on the drag has inside it Sweet Pea from justadnick.org.uk. So
nicely played.
Happy times. So that's what I'm on. World news, John.
World news.
I'll tell you what's just caught my eye. Breaking news.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how close you have been following this particular story, but the WTA, the Women's Tennis Association, we've cancelled all Chinese tournaments.
Oh wow!
Until they hear more from.
Oh yes, I
have
been following. I have been following. It's so fucking weird.
I think I really like it. I really like that they've done this.
Because it's a financial pressure now. You've got to change.
Yeah, I think.
I think she's alive.
She's clearly alive.
But I don't know.
Proven that. They've proven that she's alive. But all we have so far is a video call with a very senior person at the Olympic Committee, and basically the WTA just want to speak to her, and I don't think that's a big ask.
It really reminds me of the. Is it the Vietnamese American? The American prisoners of war in Vietnam? I'm pretty sure. When they were blinking in Morse code, like we are suffering. That's what it reminded me of when I watched the thing. I was like, fucking hell.
Peng Shuai. I'm with them. I wasn't convinced by that Zoom call. She was in a lonely place.
So many times
she was giving excuses why she's not going to be around.
So many times I've recently, especially in the last 10 years, you've thought, why don't you just financially fuck that person and then they have to change? I don't understand it. Just go, no, fuck off. End it.
I'm not too. WTA really wants them to investigate her claims. I want her to be physically safe in a safe place.
Yeah.
The claims can come way down the road.
Fuck it. Don't give a fuck.
I just want her to be in a safe place where someone can physically vouch for that. So that's mad. I think it's a mad story, but I'm not shocked in a way.
No,
this does go on. I think they may have underestimated her profile a bit.
Yeah, definitely. I think the other big news at the moment is Omicron.
Omicron, yes. I thought you might bring that one up.
Is the big news. I think it's quite interesting that the different vaccine manufacturers. So Moderna came out 2 days ago, and their statement was, there is no world in which our vaccine is as effective against Omicron as it is against Delta etc., etc.
Oh,
I think Pfizer have said
I like
we
that
don't.
other guy.
Pfizer have said we don't know, but my favourite answer was from AstraZeneca, who said we don't know. It doesn't work. And I was like,
That, do you know what though? That is kind of
I,
if you
we
ask
don't know.
if you ask that one science guy in the lab,
Yeah.
that's a kind of like science academic answer, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's kind of like a bollocks. Like we
It's
were
a
driving along in
bollocks
the car
statement to say to the
today, and
public.
I went, I don't know that this car can't fly if we drive it off a cliff.
That is rooted in science, though, isn't it? That sort of
Not,
mentality.
not. But then the WHO and the European Health Organization have both said that these vaccines work on the spike protein, and there's 33 mutations on the spike protein, so they're not going to. It won't.
Even the language from the government is it's still our best defence.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I
It's
totally agree.
still our best defence. But if you read into that, only because we've got nothing else, is this still something we can do?
I read a brilliant quote today. And it was really funny. There'll be a little bit of bullshit, so I can't remember the exact physics. It's just a meme, and it said the Delta variant of the COVID-19 virus had 22 mutations.
Yes.
The Omicron variant of the COVID-19 virus has 47 mutations. This means that the virus is more willing to survive than anti-vaxxers.
Yeah, that's good. So,
and I was like, that's pretty funny.
yeah, I'm with the Modova guy. Is no way it's as effective. It's clearly less effective. I suspect drastically less effective.
Yeah, me too.
We'll find out. What has annoyed me the entire pandemic, and has again annoyed me, the mixed messages from the whole scientific world, all the world of politics, the mainstream media. You know, you've got that lady from South Africa on Andrew Marr last Saturday, whatever. You know, it's no, we haven't had any hospitalizations from it yet. We don't think it's as virulent or as bad when you get it as the others. You know, we think you're panicking unnecessarily. And a lot of people ran with that. A lot of news outlets ran with that. And then, what was it, 48 hours later, 300% more hospitalizations in the areas affected by Omicron. So the complete opposite to what she said. And again, it's just that constant mixed messages.
Yeah, it was funny because the WHO and the European Health, this WHO, as a vapor, I think they're fuck faces, and throughout the pandemic they've been fuck faces too. But they did come up when they were asked if it was more or less contagious, and they said, well, I don't know, there's not enough cases yet. And they put it to the government, and they went, no, it's definitely not. Based on what? Well, it doesn't sound like it is. What? It was like really fucking weird. Yeah, no, can't do that.
I was sort of a bit relieved when I saw that on Mar, and I was like, oh, so, I mean, because technically, if it could be the solution to it all. If you get a weak variant that's very, very transmissible,
yeah,
you would effectively immunise the populace.
Which is kind of what they're expecting, but not. Dan Jay's something to chat about that, but that's way too fast.
But
it's still evolution. It's still like your way effect.
Unfortunately, it looks like it's bad.
Yeah,
it's bad. I don't know it's hard to predict the ramifications.
Yeah. Well, there's no way. You have to go to the Waitan Sea tribe, don't you? Because they always know what they're doing.
Well, what are you suggesting? With the opposite, proactively lock down now and everything.
No, well, it's really difficult. I think there's something really stupid about. I don't understand why you've got to wear a mask in a shop. Well, I do understand why you have to wear a mask in a shop, but but you don't have to wear one in a pub.
I know.
That's mental. I mean, that's just stupid. That doesn't. So everybody who's
stupid, it's the economy.
Yeah, but it's anti-maskers then just grab onto that because they see it as like, oh, well, why have you got a... Yeah, well, I agree. We're on two sides of you being a bellend and me using my brain.
The pubs, first time, when the pubs were first allowed back, they did a really good job. Keeping everyone separate, getting people to use the app.
And some pubs, we went to a pub today and there's a big thing, and it has been there from the fucking start, where it just says no mask, no entry. Right? They never took it down. even when they took the things off, just because they were like, "Fuck this, it's mental," and it's in a really pretty place. So there's no other pub there. If you're going there to that village, that's where you're going. And they just and when the maitre d comes up to you, you've all got a mask on, or you're not getting a fucking table. But if you don't take it, there's 20 people behind you to take the table. So who gives a shit?
If all pubs could do table service, keep each table 3 meters apart, stop people moving around too much, maybe a mask if you go to the loo. I won't mind people not having masks sat down and things like that.
No, I'm all right with that. I just think
the reality is that's not the reality, because now everything's back open.
Yeah.
There's the stand-up pubs, there's your busy pubs, there's your sport pubs. Your nightclubs are open.
Yeah.
This idea that, should we be allowed Christmas parties? Well,
yeah, the nightclubs.
Well, the nightclubs are open, I think so. Do you know what I mean? If you close the nightclubs, you might have a point. But what you're saying is I can jump around with 1,000 strangers to some blaring techno. But I can't go for a meal with 8 people that I meet every day.
Yeah. I have a similar approach to alcoholism. Like I'll get someone will go, "Do you want another one?" And I go, "Wait, Shane McGowan's still alive." Yeah, I will. Yeah. I'm fine. It's yeah, it's fine. Johnny Vega's still going. Yeah, I'll have a pie and a cake. Bring it on. I'll do it.
Whatever happened to that George Best? Yeah, he's fine. Get us a pint.
He got another liver. I'm only on my first one. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Once it's his, though.
Yeah, true.
Vape news.
Yes. Okay. Hello. Okay, it's got backseat in the chat. Vape news, a whole lot of fun. Prizes to be won. We spoke too much after that. Right, Google. Right, the Daily Express. This actually, somebody posted it on the group like 20 minutes, an hour after I sent it to you. Erectile dysfunction, twice as likely in men who vape, study finds. Are you at risk?
Hang on. What? That was the headline? I wasn't paying attention.
Erectile dysfunction, twice as likely in men who vape. Study finds. Right. Are you at risk? There is some amazing statistics banging around in it. Last month, England announced that it would become the first country in the world to prescribe e-cigarettes to patients who want to quit smoking. Vaping's popularity has exploded during the last few years. Now, scientists say using vapes could lead to an unusual side effect in men. A study published in the American Journal of Preventative Medicine by a team of New York's Grossman School of Medicine and Johns Hopkins University. You might remember Johns Hopkins University for some really dubious shit. Has found that men who use e-cigarettes and vape are twice as likely to suffer from erectile dysfunction than non-smokers.
Men what? Sorry, men?
Men who...
Yep.
American men. But fuck me, they found that men who use e-cigarettes and vapes are twice as likely to suffer from erectile dysfunction.
All men.
That's what they say.
Can't wait to dive into this.
In a study of 14,000 American men over the age of 20, they found that those who smoked either traditional or e-cigarettes were 2.4 times more likely to suffer from erectile dysfunction. The team behind the study said that as a result, men who vape should be warned about the effect vaping could have on their intimate relationship with others. This comes at a time when 20% of men in the UK and the United States suffer from erectile dysfunction.
20%.
There's no 1 in 5, but there's no parameters. So it's 20 and over.
Yeah. So you could have asked 7,000 70-year-old vapors.
Yeah.
And 7,000
and
25-year-old men.
They didn't differentiate between them.
No, that's bollocks. What they need to do is only ask an age group.
Yeah.
Just ask smokers and vapors between 30 and 40.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. There's so many open ends to it. Like it is fucking mental.
I like it when it's all just based on research as well, because
14,000.
when you get
Bang!
research, when you get research, you just go, oh, vapor 50, no problems in that department.
Yeah,
Vapor,
that's not what we're after.
oh, put it on the pile.
Yeah, there's actually a thing that says, right. So the first part, I don't, you must have done this before. In critical thinking is such a thing that everybody should be taught at school. I think it's so important. So your first question to
I
yourself
think they
is
should be taught nutrition
yeah, that's not bad. That and then critical thinking
and economics,
that's not bad. We could just do 3.
domestic economics.
When you look at a study like that, the first question you need to ask yourself is, what is it for? Like, who thought of it? But because there is, that's the problem. They wanted it to be answered one way or the other. And everybody knows that any study, they're always looking one way or the other. They didn't go, we'll see how it goes. So, okay. So we're after, why are you doing this? So they're expecting to find this. And so that's where your first problem is. And then you start working out. And then you start making up stuff like over 20.
Yeah,
what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, but
you haven't got,
that's clever,
there's no
though.
weight. There's no weight parameter in there either. So we could be there could be 14,000 morbidly obese
smart.
people.
That's smart. That's smart on their part.
Yeah, because you just don't.
Because they were trying to get this.
Yeah, of course they were. Exactly.
The reality is actually the opposite. Smoking does lead to impotence. That's a fact. It was literally proven properly by proper science. That's why I used to have the drooping ash picture on the packs, didn't you?
Absolutely.
So we know from real science
That's true.
actual smoking can cause impotence. Vaping is an alternative to smoking, which hasn't been proved to lead to impotence. So it's the actual opposite in reality.
I find it's such a shit as well and it also pays dividends to insurance. But the problem is, it does affect things like. I wish insurance companies, it'd only take one country to do it as well, just accepted that you're not smoking. Because I've got life insurance, to cover the mortgage, etc., etc. And I have to be on there as a smoker, so that because I'm worth more dead than alive, so it pays to get a loss adjuster to find out if I vape. And if they had to pay something 200 quid, does he vape? There's a fucking thing of him on YouTube right now. There, look.
It does.
He's vaping.
It does depend who you're with. Some insurance companies now.
I don't pound one that don't
do have it. Some insurance companies now.
I'm allowed to go down
nicotine alternative, and then how much nicotine you would have per day.
Right, so I'm allowed to be down as a smoker who smokes 0 cigarettes a day.
Yeah.
That's what I'm on the insurance as. So I smoke, but I smoke no cigarettes.
Yeah.
And so that's why those studies are important, because they do pay dividends to shitheads who run insurance companies. Right, we go with The Guardian. The Guardian.
Do you like The Guardian?
No, I don't like any paper. They've all got a point. They're all shit. I do a thing every day where I go through the Tory rags. But if anybody actually asks me, they've all got an agenda. It's which agenda it is. Well, maybe not the Morning Star, but that's probably why nobody reads it.
Yeah, they haven't thought of an agenda yet.
Well, just communism, and that's it.
What about the Times?
It's a sheer piece of shit. It's terrible. It's really horrifying thing. This morning. Section. Oh yeah. My dad, my dad does the cryptic crossword in the Telegraph every Saturday, and he's been the winner before, right? And he's chuffed. If you said to him, "What do you think of the rest of the paper?" He's never read it.
Right.
He just thinks it's shit, which I agree with. But that's fine. If anybody reads a paper, anybody gets one every day, is warped a certain way, because they're just shit. The thing to do is to read them all if you can be asked. Anyway, The Guardian. Vape advertising and import is hit with $170,000 fine by the Australian government. Australian drugs regulator has fined 4 individuals and companies more than $170,000. In English, that's about £5.60. For unlawfully for unlawfully advertising and importing vaping products, with one company hit with more than $100,000 in infringement notices. This is really because we've spoken about this. You can now only vape in Australia if you've got a prescription for nicotine. Since the new laws kicked in, websites have emerged offering links to vapers to a health practitioner authorised to prescribe the products.
90 grand.
90,000 pounds.
Yeah.
But the new laws only allow pharmacies and pharmacy marketing groups to advertise in a very limited way. The latest company to be fined by the Therapeutic Goods Administration for breaching the guidelines is Sydney-based company Mason Online. And its largest shareholder is Bunlung Chun, which I assume is a Chinese company, who is registered as the Chinese person, sorry, is registered as the owner of what claims to be the largest vaping shop in Australia. So they are smacking them down for breaking the law.
Interesting.
I'm going to skip the next one because it's boring.
Yeah, it's funny with these names. Like, as a vape reviewer, when I was a vape reviewer, all the parcels, it was always a surprise what was in the boxes because they never used the same company name twice.
Oh, wow.
So it would always be Yung Bao Limited or, whatever, any random Chinese words, Limited. And I guess that was some kind of importy, swifty, dodgy thing. Not in a illegal way, just in it's probably less of a headache if there's any issues type of way. You don't want your main flagship brand that's floated on the market getting associated with any kind of dodgy.
Well, I was talking to a wholesaler in the UK, and anybody who knows this about import-export, or any fucking business, if somebody said to you, Richard, I've got this program to put on live now, and you haven't got time to look at it, right? You are pressed. Can I put it on? Yes or no? Right? The safest answer is always no. Every time. Like, it's programmed into your head that you say no. Right? Because I have done it myself. I've done this, no. Right? Because I haven't got time to fuck about with it, so I'm going to use the safe answer. And so sometimes when you import something into the UK, it gets locked into a chemicals cupboard because that person doesn't want to get fired. So they go, I don't know. And it goes in a cupboard, and it's such an arsehole to get it out of that. It's called the chemicals cage in Midlands Airport. I'd end up ringing everybody and they're going, well, there's no paperwork. And they send me a picture of the box, and it's on the side of the box, and it says paperwork enclosed. It's in there. I mean, I don't know what to do. That's not to me. It's not a love note. Yeah. It's for you. Open it. I'm a bit worried about opening the package. Have you x-rayed it? Yeah. Is there a bomb in it? No. Open it then. I don't give a fuck. I did have a guy come in and delivered it from DHL once. It was 3 weeks late. It'd been locked in the chemicals cupboard. And as he put it down on the floor, it was vanilla. He smelled like BO and Lynx, and he went, glad to get out of the van. You fucking stinks. And I thought, I think the van is probably thinking the same about you right now. Yeah. You stinky fucking twat. This is a thing. If Mark's still in chat, he might know the answer to this. It's quite weird. This is news straight out of South Korea. Vaping room set up in, excuse the pronunciation, Uido for e-cigarette users. Now, I didn't think you could vape in South Korea, but as demand for smoking booths continues to rise in South Korea, a vaping room has been set up.
That's got to be Uido, hasn't it?
A what?
Uido.
Oh, Uido. Yeah, you're pretty right. As demand for smoking booths continues to rise, a vaping room has been set up in downtown Seoul for e-cigarette users. Philip Morris Korea Inc. said Tuesday that it set up an outdoor smoking booth for both electronic and non-electronic cigarette smokers.
Is it outdoor or is it a room? Make up your mind.
Yeah, is in Park One Tower Complex in the financial district of Uido. The smoking booth consists of a vaping room and a smoking room. When I've been in Singapore, they have smoking rooms, and it is fucking insane. Like, If you weren't sure whether you're, I went in there when I was a smoker, and I've been in there as a vapor. It is, you can't see. There can be 15 people in there, and you cannot see a fucking thing. It is like, they've got one in Singapore Airport, which is wicked. It's like in a quadrangle, and it's like a rainforest, and there's no roof, so it's quite handy.
They absolutely nailed the smoking room for teachers at my school. It was the laundry room.
Right, so you could just smoke in there.
Putting on your school football kit for the match. Oh, hockey kit. Oh yeah, that stinks of smoke as well.
Nice.
Whose fucking brainchild was that?
They used to always smoke on the roof. We had a teacher called Mr. Houghton who'd go, have I got enough paper? And then he'd go away, come back with like 4 sheets of A4, smelling the fags, and be like, found it.
Yeah, they used
Where'd you find it? On the roof.
If they ran out, they used to walk up to the train station, which was just a stone's throw, and just take the kids' cigarettes and then walk off smoking them. But yeah, that was awful. The laundry room being the smoking room. I've been in smoking rooms in airports.
I've been. There used to be one in Stansted, and there used to be one in Heathrow.
Yeah, Manchester. The Manchester one. It's just you go through a few doors, you end up in this, and it's just smoky.
I don't know why they didn't just put I don't know why there isn't like an outside-ish area, like that, like a
What's
quadrangle.
mad about the Manchester one is it is outside. It's like a balcony.
Does it still exist now?
I think so. It's a balcony room with like a bit of like a shelter on top, and it's still just a wall of smoke, even though even though 40% of it could just float away.
Mick Blizzard said back in 2012, I was in a smoking room at Calgary Airport. I didn't need to spark up, just inhale.
Yeah,
It really put you off. Bangkok Airport, it used to be indoors upstairs, and you'd go in the door, and I remember having like half fag and then coming out like and kind of out in a cloud, and my wife went, "That was quick," and I was like, "I don't want to smoke anymore." Fuck. It's just, and the walls were like yellow. I mean, could you imagine a room where, let's be nice, 3,000 people smoked in it in that day, and it's the size of our lounge.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's beautiful. Oh well, a vape room, not a bad idea.
Yeah, and that's what they've got anyway.
Be a good place to meet women.
If you can see them. Oh, 38. Oh, I can't. I was just trying to see if that were the ones. Well, the other story was that China has amended their tobacco monopoly law to include e-cigarettes and vaping. Mm-hmm. It's so confusing because it's getting really into the minutiae of everything. The State Council of China amended it.
Just in case, isn't it? Because no one has a monopoly over there, do they?
No. It's kind of difficult. It says here, e-cigarette sales have been functioning in the grey area of the law since they became popular in China. Following the amendment, they will be regulated and supervised, just like conventional tobacco products.
Are they popular in China?
I think there's sections of society, like if something's popular. It's like it was really massive in the Philippines and Malaysia, wasn't it, a few years ago? That's true. And so I think it just becomes... I mean, I remember when I first started vaping, was in Cambodia. People had come over just to watch you do it. Like, what the fuck? Which was, I think as things become westernized, they become popular, don't they?
Yeah, possibly.
It could be a fashion
like Hollywood, don't they? And Hollywood started doing it.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Gareth Martin's one. I remember smoking in the smoking room at maternity hospital when the kids were born.
Oh, you never guess what time it is now. Drama time.
Drama time. Grab yourself.
Grab yourself. Or just wait till after. What dramas have you been watching on the telly, John? Or any TV shows?
I've been
watching.
Yeah, go for it, Richard.
Two things, both all right. One all right, one astonishing.
Okay.
The Tower, ITV drama, 3-parter.
Oh, what's in that?
Just finished that. Basically, it starts with a CID detective lady being called to an incident at the top of a tower, like a really tall block of flats, She
Gotcha.
gets there. There's a police officer laying on the floor who's fallen off the tower, and a young lady. And then she goes to the top, and then it's like a police officer there, another police officer there, and a small child. And then her job is to work out what the hell's gone on. And it's very, 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 very. It's all right, not bad.
I'm gonna
For an
make. I'm gonna
ITV
make it.
thing.
I'm gonna make a note of that.
Yes, the tower. It was called. Not bad at all.
Sounds good.
The truly astonishing thing I've been watching this week is the Get Back Beatles documentary.
Oh, we're set to watch it.
I've never seen I've never seen a TV program like it. The most unique piece of broadcasting ever. Just such a unique video, such a unique footage. You know, the whole thing is amazing.
It looks incredible. I found out quite a few people I've been speaking to because I've been like, I really want to see Get Back, and a few people have gone, yeah, I don't really like the Beatles. Is that even legal? Like, that's really weird. I don't like ABBA, but that's fine.
If you don't like the Beatles, it's probably unwatchable. It's sort of very slow, a very dull, slow, boring thing, but you can't take your eyes off it, and you'll spend most of the time with your jaw wide open. It just drags you in, like, and it's such an incredible time in their careers. Like, it was literally the end, really, you know. And yeah, everything, and there's just some incredible moments in it. Just Paul McCartney just accidentally stumbling across the song "Get Back." He's just arsing about, and 10 minutes later, he's literally figured out "Get Back."
We found a Beatles hater, Gareth Martin. The Beatles are the most overrated band ever.
Yeah. Don't watch the program. Yeah, and the whole just I think it's a do Paul as a musician.
I'm gonna get a free trial. I'm doing exactly what Paul said there. He said he's gonna get Disney.
Just get him on trial. As Paul being a musician, I think it'll be even more interesting on an extra layer, because so much of it is them working out, and basically they have to work out an album in 2 weeks from nothing.
Well,
so. And it's incredible how technical they are musically as well. You'd expect sort of these lads coming out of a working men's club in Liverpool, obviously they're musicians, obviously they're very talented multi-instrumentalists, but you'd expect them to be more like, how about we just go and sort of just show what they meant with what they were thinking for the chords. But they're not. They're really super technical. They're talking like we'll go from G flat, we'll go down into and they get really, really musically technical, and so they.
I've seen one clip. I don't think it is. I don't think they played Get Back at the time. But when Paul says to George, they're playing, and Paul goes, "Hey George, can you just can you go like just a little bit slower than that?" And he goes, "Yeah, okay." He goes, "Okay, we'll go again. Okay, go again."
That clip that's doing the rounds, I've seen that on the news and things as well. That clip seconds before George Harrison quits the Beatles.
Was it really?
Yeah. Yeah.
George is my favourite Beatle.
He's a lot of people's favourite Beatle.
I think because he's the most. He does a really.
The dynamic with him and the rest is incredible because he's younger.
Oh, okay.
And sort of less respected in a way, and because Paul and John have done all these amazing songs. When he comes with a song idea, they sort of like, did you write yesterday? No, maybe not consider your song. But then he went on to the best career after. Like all these songs that got rejected by the Beatles, he went on to do, and everyone thought they were brilliant. So
yeah, there's my favourite George Harrison. There's a quote from him where he's doing "My Sweet Lord" on stage.
Yeah,
and he comes up because this takes some bollocks. Just comes up to the microphone and starts playing the intro to "My Sweet Lord," and he goes, "Okay, guys, sing along if you like. I mean, it's not difficult. There's only about 3 words," and then just does the song.
Yeah,
which is a bit. I don't like as a non. I know he was what's it called? Buddhist, basically. But I have no interest in God myself. But that's a cracking track. Like anyone,
it's lovely to see the people in their moment as a whippersnapper, to see them in their
Young,
heyday, age-wise. Like Ringo, you'd sort of be forgiven for thinking Ringo's a bit of a knob, but
No,
in the
I don't think so.
documentary,
Yeah,
he's the most normal bloke. In all
I-
this madness, he's the
He
most
gets a
normal bloke
ba-
in the world.
he gets a bad deal, and you can do a really funny thing with it as well. When
And they all clearly loved him so much.
it's such a load of bollocks because people always come up with a John Lennon quote, which isn't true, which is Ringo's not the best drummer in the world. He's not even the best drummer in the Beatles. John Lennon never said that. That never happened ever. So why the fuck would you do that at a press conference?
Yeah. It's because wasn't Paul McCartney actually the drummer?
Couple of things. I can just go. This is cheating, but we went back, started watching DCI Banks again, which I think is quite good. What's his name? Does DCI Banks? Tomlin. Stephen Tompkins. It's quite good. He did that. He's done loads of stuff.
Platform is it?
Oh, it's Prime. But I got BritBox
right, okay.
attached to Prime. Been watching that DCI Banks and enjoyed that. We've been Marpled, right? We've been Mrs. Marpled because Mrs. Marple, they got the cast is made up of basically everyone you've ever seen on British TV. They just went, yeah, do you want to do it? And I think people went, yeah, you got to do a Marple. And there's like ridiculous. People who are now movie stars were Marple.
Yeah, it's one of those gatekeeper jobs.
Yeah, just get it done. And they spent loads of money on it. It's like absolutely crazy.
I feel that I am with you a bit because we've been watching Silent Witness.
Yeah,
and
not bad.
And again, that was a huge program, wasn't it?
I can never remember. I only remember one bit that was just, when the woman goes out the window. I don't know whether that's series 4 or something. The police officer gets killed and lands on the bonnet of the car. You're like, because you're not expecting it.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck.
Yeah. But you don't remember the helicopter crash. That's what we just watched.
Oh, it was so long ago since we watched it. It was really long ago. Not long. I've been watching The Heist on Netflix. Hannah last season. I really didn't get on, Ian, with the first season. I couldn't be arsed with. Wheel of Time I've seen, but it looks a bit fancy.
It's a bit like the film Hannah, isn't it? It's connected to the film.
Yeah.
We didn't love the film.
Yeah, I think that's probably it. Oh, here's a good fact
Wheel of
for
Time's
you.
The new big Prime thing, isn't it?
This is a fact you can do over a beer. Peter Jackson famously directed The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. Yes. The Beatles tried to buy the rights to make the Lord of the Rings film in the 60s or 70s, but were knocked back. I was told they couldn't do it. And anyway, that many years later,
that financed Monty Python, wasn't it?
Was it not George Harrison on his own who did? It was Life of Brian.
The first film,
Holy Grail, I think. Was it George Harrison?
No,
yeah, I think
it was
so.
the first film, wasn't it?
The one with the big fat bloke.
Yes, yeah.
Somebody helped finance the Holy Grail, I think.
No, because after that first film was such a big success, they were fine then, weren't they?
No, I'm sure they didn't. I'm sure. I think they had a problem with the studio because of what it. Oh no, yeah, you're Life of Brian. Maybe it was Life of Brian I'm thinking of.
Where were we?
We were talking about stuff we've been watching on TV.
No, so you've been watching.
Marple.
Watching Miss Marple. What's the intro to that? What's the intro music to that?
I have no fucking idea what the intro is.
Whenever I think of that, I mistakenly think of Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, no.
Do.
Yeah, I do quite. But it's just quite good. Christopher Hood's gone with. Oh, okay. Yes. Hannah, no, sorry. Apex Predator has gone with Dexter, and so is Christopher Hood. I can't get over Dexter because they shoot it so weird. Like, we watched it up until the end of the first lot. I don't think he's that scary. He's quite short, Michael Diggy. And so the cameraman is constantly like that.
Yeah.
to make him look tall. And once you've clocked it, it's really weird. And the other thing is the constant tits. It's like they're getting bored, get some big uns, jabber them about.
Yeah. We
really got bored.
had a little try at Dexter and didn't continue. Which is on us.
I was right about Harrison. It was George Harrison. George Harrison also produced and paired.
You forget how rich they were and how rich they are. You know, like even Ringo's worth 400 million.
Bob Clark's gone with The Chestnut Man on Netflix, which is a subtitled one, that is on our to watch list. Because you can't be eating. You can't have something eating and watching something with subtitles.
You have to be in the mood for the 1-inch hurdle.
Does your brain ever kind of forget that you can't speak French or whatever, and you're kind of like watching it and you think, what the fuck am I doing? I don't know what the fuck's happening.
I just guess what they're on about based on their expressions. That's what made Squid Game so hard to watch.
Never, I didn't. That's not my kind of thing. I bailed straight away. So that is vape drama. There'll be more vape drama next week.
It's not. It's
is
drama
it not?
time.
It's actual drama. Oh, drama time. That's what it's called.
That's what we just call it, because we're talking about dramas.
Yeah, and don't worry, because I watch a lot of dramas, so it's fine.
If you're here for the drama, stick around anyway. We'd love to keep you. We're fast approaching 10.
I will get the message out to the very rich, and powerful man that we're having on.
Yes. While we're waiting though, Christmas is coming. It's now December.
Oh, do you want a John and Ori story?
You're not super Christmas lover, are you?
No, I've got a really good John and Ori as well.
But you'd love a John and Ori.
I have got a good John and Ori story. So Christmas in our house growing up, I've got two stepsisters, a stepbrother, and a real brother. So there's 7 people in our house growing up. And Christmas Day, our tradition on Christmas Day was that my stepmum and my dad used to have a huge argument. Right, you could feel it building, and there was always going to be a massive argument. Hopefully, get it done early, and then it's not going to be too much of a problem.
Yeah.
This Christmas, there's lots of rules growing up as well. Like we weren't allowed downstairs before like 7:30, etc., etc.
That's fair.
Yeah. But there were like, those are the rules of Christmas. No, like fucking about dinner.
Don't nudge your nanny while she's shaving.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Anyway, before we'd even got up that day, my dad knocked a box. Don't worry, it does get funny. It's a bit horrible at the beginning. It gets funny.
No,
my dad,
like Alan Bennett, but southern.
My dad knocked an antique glass bauble off a Christmas tree. Now, I'm sure there are Ohmies watching right now who have got antique glass baubles. They are the thinnest fucking glass in the world. Like, if anybody went, what are you going to do with that? You wouldn't go hang it on a tree. Like, it's the most mental thing in the world. That should be framed and put in a pillow forever. There's no way anyone.
You can't be cross at someone for knocking the bauble off.
We have rules in our. Well, me and my wife, we have a rule which is if you break anything, who gives a shit? It just doesn't matter. Who cares? It's fine. Don't be a twat about it. Just go. I broke it. It's fine. Anyway, no such rule in the house. My dad knocked one of the baubles. It hit the floor and smashed. My stepmother went nuclear and decided to kick my dad out on Christmas Day. Probably about 7:20 by now. So I was already tense in the block. About? No, my dad never horses about ever. Think of Richard from Keeping Up Appearances. Yeah. It's about my dad, but with more hair.
Right.
Like anything for an easy life. Like, right. He probably just walked past the tree and nudged it. Anyway, she went fucking nuclear and decided to kick my dad out at Christmas Day, 7:20. So we're going out the house. We've got to leave, we're told. And so got in the car and I'm like, where are we going? My dad was like, I don't really know. She's gone mad. So we're going to have to go. We'll go to Milton Keynes. My dad decides to get in the car. This is from Suffolk. Let's go in the car. And we had to get our bags. So we got some clothes to wear, got in the car. It's a miserable Christmas Day. Get in the car, start gunning down the runway. Gunning down the road. We got onto the
your presents.
Well, took the presents for other people because my presents under the tree. So I'd got my presents for the rest of the family with me. Good spot though, because as we're going down the motorway, and my dad is like, she's mental. I mean, she's absolutely mad. Well, that's driving. He's not wanking off two people.
Yeah.
He's
driving a plane. You're flying back.
She's crazy. I can't cope with that. It's Christmas Day. and I thought, I was about 9 or 10. I thought, fuck that bitch. That's no way to treat anybody on Christmas Day.
That's all right.
I know what I've bought her for Christmas. I bought her some raspberry conserve. Very nice. Some chocolate raisins and almonds dusted in gold and silver.
Age 10, you were buying all this?
With my own pocket money that I'd saved that my dad had given me. It's barely pointless. Anyway, as we're on the A14, I'm digging into them. Fuck that bitch.
Yeah.
Just eating the almonds and
That's
chocolate.
all right. She's playing Whiskey Electric.
And taking spoonfuls of raspberry conserve. I don't care if his marriage is over. Where we were, we got about 20 miles, and my dad rang my stepmother on a payphone. They made up. We drove back. But I now haven't got a present, and I'm covered in jam because I ate it on the way back.
Nightmare.
I can't remember. I think I just wrapped up some shampoo or something and took it downstairs. Like,
did you explain about the jam?
No. She still doesn't know.
Oh.
So if you're watching, I still fucking hate you, and you're a cunt. So yeah, I did do that. Don't worry, I could do a Christmas one every week. I did have. What a Christmassy time of year!
I can't remember any big family bust-ups.
Oh, they used to do it every fucking year. We'd all be tense
Over
going.
A bauble.
Over a ball.
Nothing lasts forever, doesn't it?
But do you remember being a
real
kid?
Tree, fake tree?
Real. We always have a real tree.
Ooh, even now?
Yeah. No, now it's plastic, but that's my wife. I would have a real tree. I'm a real tree guy. I think they smell nice. I like, and it's greener to have a real tree than it is to have plastic.
Go on.
They just keep growing. You cut it down, they grow another one. So it kind of great. It's like corks. You think corks are not very good for the environment, but they're brilliant because it's just they're ever renewing. It's a fucking great idea. You have to grow the trees. You have to grow the fucking trees. It's a great idea. If you had 1,000 trees and you sell them, you're going to grow another 1,000 trees. It's a fucking brilliant idea.
Yeah.
And you can mulch up the tree. I can't remember what you were going to say.
So you're not looking forward to Christmas?
No. Because of stuff like that, I had I left when I was 18. I had 11 years of fucking maniacs every Christmas. I used to volunteer to work every Christmas day.
Do you know what my dad's tree situation is?
Little while.
My dad's tree situation, he is in his mid-70s, alone. His Christmas tree is about 1.5 foot high, and it's inflatable. Every year he blows up the tree and just pops it on their coffee table. Job done.
That's it. I like it. Good man.
Pass the Werthers.
I like.
Yeah.
There are bits of Christmas I like. Like my wife and I have Christmas Boxing Day. We never do like anything. We have the greatest buffet anyone's ever had.
The beer.
The beer.
You can't not like the beer of Christmas because it's just an excuse to just drink all the time.
But I'm fine when I'm cooking Christmas dinner, right? Because then I know it's going to be nice. I don't like anybody else cooking Christmas dinner because I know it's shit. Yeah, we don't do, the whole mental thing about breaking a bauble. We decided early on, we've been together nearly 18 years.
Sarah broke a bauble this morning. It's just a thing that happens.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter. But you're either one of those people or you're not. Like, the mug that was brilliantly made for us for the show that had our faces on, Chelly knocked off the side after 4 years. She knocked off the side and it smashed on the floor. And she was beside herself when I came in. She was like, "Oh, smashed the mug," and I went, "It's a mug. It's all right." I'd rather you didn't do it, but it fucking didn't matter. And that is the whole. That should be the whole attitude of someone breaking a mug. Like, and
Definitely
your
a mug, yeah.
kids. When I was a
the
kid,
telly.
no, that was still. It's just a fucking telly. Just get
not
over
made
it.
of money.
Yeah, but you know when I remember being a kid and breaking the mug handle off a mug and balancing it so it looked like it wasn't broken in the cupboard. So the next person who picked it up, he went, "Oh, look what you've done."
I tell you what, that's a good question for the group this week. Facebook group this week. What have you broke?
And got away with.
Yeah, we'll do that this week on the group. Stay tuned for that.
I hate that.
Should we talk about what has been going on in the group?
Yeah, well, I just sent the secret millionaire. The secret millionaire. The code.
Get right. What, just a second?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
That was my eyes, not you?
Yeah, I will get over the Christmas thing.
All right, well, we'll hold that back then.
What's quite bad is I asked him to do it. He said yes. And then I said, I'll send you the link at 10, which he hasn't read. And now I was just sending him the link. He might not have read either.
We can wait.
What has been going on in the group?
Yeah,
What do
you know?
What do I know?
How you been?
Have you done any Christmas shopping yet?
Yeah, we've started.
You've started? I haven't done it.
We're usually really bad.
Oh.
But we're doing it properly this year.
My wife has sent me the link to the exact thing she wants.
That's good.
So I've done that.
So is mine.
So I don't give a shit anymore.
Mine is a jar of moisturiser.
Oh, my wife's is a pair of running shoes.
Mm.
And that's it. I really like that. I don't, because I don't have to care anymore. Like, because the rest is bollocks. My dad's is a bottle of scotch.
Once you get over the fact that there is such a thing as a £60 bottle of moisturiser, like, what the fuck? It's literally just like put aftershave balm, isn't it? It's just some imperial leather in a bottle.
We've got a tiled fucking floor in the bathroom, and we have had in the last 3 bathrooms. I've smashed foundation pump things, right? According to my wife, every time it was nearly full. Nearly full. Yeah. They're like 27 quid.
Yeah.
I went, I'm really sorry, darling, I broke that thing. And so I'll go, I'll get you another one. What is it? And I'll be online. She'll go, it's Babylon 76. Babylon. Fucking fuck me in the face. 27 quid. Oh, she goes, oh, it's on offer. Is it bollocks? Fuck. I broke it.
The group. This week, we've been talking about food. Fast food. Oh, he's here.
Yay!
We'll come back to that. Here he is.
Secret millionaire.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yay!
Welcome.
We're on YouTube.
We're live on the YouTube, so please do not swear.
Don't fucking swear. You cunt.
Yeah. Welcome, Paul. Welcome.
Hello.
We were talking about Christmas. Are you getting festive?
I'm kind of getting festive. My mum's got a loft in her house, and I've got one of these little trees, and then you plug it in and it lights up. That's still like the only Christmas decoration I put up because Oscar just destroys everything else. So she's dropped it off today. Still not put it up yet, but
I like the fact you still call it our house, your mum's house. Yeah, it's our house. Mum, this shit is mine. Yeah.
Bring my tree from my house.
My tree's stored at my mum's house up in our loft, so she brought it over. So it's a wee thing like that. And I bought some booze for Christmas.
I've started buying beer.
I've not done that yet.
Yes, exciting. Why are you here, Paul? What's been going on?
A raffle.
You two have done your raffle thing. How did that go?
Yes, hopefully you guys all saw the update videos and the delivery videos and all that. But yeah, we had a really good raffle. And I wanted to just kind of jump on and say thanks to everybody who donated prizes. I mean, Richard, I know you donated something very, very close, very, very cherished to you. Is that the word?
Yeah.
A lot of people did. Some of the prizes were high end and really expensive. So massive thanks to everybody that done that. And then, to be honest, the same people again went and bought tickets to And I think one of them, I don't know, we'll need to do something about this, John, but I think one of the people actually won their own present, their own donation.
Yeah,
They did win their own
Dale, was it
donation
Dale?
back. I
Dale?
can't remember.
Is it Dale?
Oh, Dale
Dale,
did.
yeah.
Yeah, Dale.
Yeah, I think I'll need to maybe message him, see if I can hook him up with something else. But he won his own
Dale
thing.
Walker. Yeah, he's so lovely as well, Dale. Dale's
Yeah,
been.
but he had loads of prizes. That's why.
Yeah, he gave us like 15 prizes. That's
But
crazy.
yeah, so I mean, like I said, we managed to raise close to £1,800. £500 went to the food bank, which John's going to take care of in the next couple of days, and the rest went on gifts. And I don't know if you can you? No, you can't. But I've got loads of stuff here. I've got cardboard boxes everywhere.
I think the thing is,
Do you have to
loads of
wrap
people
them
watch
then?
the video. No.
You don't have to wrap them, Paul.
No, I don't wrap them. No.
I think
no,
lots of
because
people really
if I wrapped
appreciate
them,
the
then
video.
when I take them to the donation, they wouldn't know what was in it. So they
I
wouldn't
think-
know to give a hairdryer to a girl or a computer thing to a boy or whatever. So
Yeah.
If you're a member of our Facebook group, Paul does the presents so that we can see everything, and I really, really enjoy them every single time. I really love watching them. There's something sort of magic. Oh, sorry, I don't know if you even said. So the gifts are for kids who, without you lot, wouldn't get anything.
yeah,
And so when these gifts come in, and they're not shit. Because when I was a kid, if you went to go and see Santa Claus and you gave him £2, you always got a plastic sword. There was like a boy present, plastic sword. Girl present, shitty doll.
I remember when I remember my last time seeing him, and I got a Daniel San Karate Kid figure, which I didn't even know existed. So yeah, that was that's what Karate Kid wasn't big at the time. This was like 5 years later, you know. So yeah, that was shit.
But you've done we've got like handheld games consoles.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a Chromebook, a Nintendo Switch, a handheld games console. We've got some skateboards, Lego things with thousands and thousands of bits. We've got some tablets, 8-inch and 7-inch. We've got 4 tablets.
I just imagine, and it sounds really shitty, but if you were there and you were like, because I actually messaged Paul earlier this week because somebody reached out to me who isn't anything to do with vaping and just said that their kids were in that position last year and they got those presents, and they were sat there expecting shit like a plastic sword or a tambourine or a colouring book, and they opened it,
expect, isn't it?
and it was a present they'd won, and it was so. She said it changed the Christmas completely because she'd only been able to buy them little things like a selection box or like a pack of Maltesers or something, and they were sat there, and she was like, "Well, we've got these gifts from this charity," and because she didn't want to claim credit or anything, and so we got these, and I think they kind of thought, "Oh, it'll be rubbish." But they kind of thought they'd go along with it for their mum, and they opened it, and it being something not shit. Like that skateboard, that would have made my fucking year.
Oh, me as well.
Skateboard. I'd have been so happy with that.
Oh, I seen some kids out just outside and they were playing on skateboards. Like, oh, skateboard back. Oh, I remember my skateboarding days.
Or a tablet. Like a tablet, when you got, like, if you got to share a room with your whole family, 'cause some people have got to do that, and they've only got one TV, and you haven't got anything you can just, have a bit of a moment to yourself and watch Pokemon or whatever. Getting a pad, fuck it, changing the whole thing. It really would change a whole Christmas into not being wanked.
They can watch Vape Don't Smoke YouTube reviews on it, just a wee pod there, just for that extra song.
Knock yourself out, mate.
Put an icon straight to it on the tablet.
I'll install the app before I give it to them.
I know what Paul's going through at the moment as well, because I do it too, which is lots of people are saying, "Oh, it's great," but because you've not clocked out yet, because you've still got to get the gifts and get them picked up, and I haven't done the food shop yet, but it's still running.
So how's that going to work, John, with the food shop?
Yeah.
I spoke to the Salvation Army yesterday. They were really, really grateful and everything else. Oh, by the way, an omnipotent being blessed me. I have no idea what to work because I don't believe in God. She kept saying, "God bless you" on the phone. I was like, I didn't even sneeze. But I don't really. I just had so went thanks. I don't know what that. I'm like, cheers. But she's right. She's they're kind of putting their heads together to come up with a list because
Right.
it's quite difficult because they don't normally get to choose what they get; they just get it. And I had this last year, and I said, well, last year when we did this, it took a few days, and maybe try and think of things that it's very unlikely that people are going to give you. Because the unlikely things at food banks aren't what we think. So we were thinking they're going to want sustainables, and they didn't. They wanted Yule logs and Christmas and what they fucking gold coins, and that's what they wanted, so that everybody feels a little bit special at Christmas. Because even if you got nothing, having a Yule log or a Christmas pudding or whatever,
you're going to do it in one go.
Yeah, try to. I've got a lot.
Don't know.
Well,
I can't picture it.
I've had a mate offer a panel van for nothing.
But my big shops are big trolley full. It's as much as I can push, and it's like it's like a fifth of that.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, we've done that too.
Yeah, but there'll be a lot. I mean, you buy a lot of like chicken and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it wouldn't.
It won't be. It never. I doubt it's going to be
like
chicken.
Tea bags and pot noodles.
Tea bags and pot noodles and stuff.
Biscuits and
I imagine.
cats and...
The other thing is, well, we don't know, is that we could get Tesco's to bring it themselves.
Ooh,
and meet them there. Because we've only got to meet them there and sign it, and that's it. And then we could have a whole van, £500, I think.
Then we don't get to see you running about Tesco.
Yeah, there might be a bit like, because I don't think there's a way of, because Brad found this last year as well, and I think we're going to come up against the same thing, which is there is not going to be enough stock in one shop. So there's a Lidl's down the road, and so we might split it between like 3 stores, get what we can. I'm cheekier than Brad. I might just go, all right, mate, doing a bit of a thing for charity. These are, wait, 2 for 1.
We'll go and get them from the back.
Just get 5 orbital Sanders.
Yeah. I don't want a receipt. Oh yeah, I remember reading Danny Baker's autobiography, and his dad came with him once to a really posh furniture store, and he said, and he went, Dad, just be quiet, yeah, when we're in here. And he wanted to buy this like £1,000 3-piece suite, and his dad went, "Oi, Chaz, we don't want a receipt for this." And he went, "Okay, sir." And he said, "You know what I mean? Meet you around the back. No receipt for this." And Daddy's going, "Dad, stop. You don't have to have a receipt. You know what I mean, Chaz? No receipt for us." Aiden's here as well. What the fuck is going on?
What?
Yes.
All right, my mate.
How did that happen?
I sent him the link.
Just let anybody join this chat nowadays, eh?
Yeah, it is.
Hey, yeah, it's going a bit desperate, isn't it?
Going a bit
I'm going to join you.
I do just before we talk to Aiden, I just want to say, Paul, you are always the driving force behind the raffle, and I'm always the pain in the arse. And we work together and smash it, and that is.
We do well. You always keep me calm as well.
It really works though.
I didn't think it was go as well as it did.
No,
I was amazed. It really kind of.
Congratulations to both of you as well. All of you, what you've done is absolutely fantastic.
Thanks, man.
yeah.
But two great causes as well.
Yeah. I'm always chuffed with it.
Very homely, innit? Very homely causes.
Well, but obviously Paul always did the stuff for the kids, at Christmas, and then obviously you came in the last couple of years, didn't you? And you added the bit for the food banks. Which...
Yeah, we and Paul discussed it last year because it was so bad last year, and again this year.
Yeah.
But I kind of just felt like it had to be done. And I didn't. There's loads of people who use food banks because people really fucking struggle.
Really are.
And I totally get it as well. And there's no embarrassment to it. I've had a few people reach out and quietly say so. That's what it's there for, That's why
we sat there. Obviously, my sort of work is all to do with DJing and stuff like that. So you got to think the last couple of years with COVID, I haven't been able to work.
Yeah,
so it's been touch and go. We've been down to us last £2 or £3 literally to keep my family running, and it did teach us to cook a little bit better, if I'm honest with you. But
does
it does. Here we have. We've been in that situation, and last Christmas were an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
I made a joke with somebody once. Said there's all this bullshit where we kind of I'm going to put us all. We're all about the same age group. Is when I really hate seeing people our age knocking 20-year-olds and going, "Oh, they're always out doing this," and you go, "Fuck off." I remember I used to wait for the bill colour to change before I knew it was serious. Like, oh, no, it's not red yet. I'll pay that one later. And buying 3 meals for £1. Like, I mean, evening meals for £1. Like, can you eat pasta and mushy peas? Well, you can if you're hungry enough. I'm doing that.
Mate, I remember going down to it's a local, like, round emporium. Going there, you know, them like small barbecues that you can buy for these were on offer for 50p. I bought loads of them because I had an open fire. Right. So instead of buying the gas, what I did was I made sure that I had electric and I just cooked on them through the actual. Yeah. When I had no wife and no kids, the beer money was more interesting than that.
Yeah, I remember once my girlfriend, when she was my girlfriend, the lady who's now my wife, she rang me when I was at work and I was going to be late. And she said, "Oh, you said to be here at 8 o'clock." And I said, "I'm so sorry. There's nothing I can do. I'm about 20 minutes away, but within 20 minutes." I said, "Just go in and make yourself a cup of tea if you like." And she went, "How am I going to get in?" I went, "The front door's unlocked." And she went, "What?" And I went, "Try the handle." And I heard her and she went, "Your front doors are locked." And I went, "Fuck all in there to steal." I said, any burglar coming in will just go, "I feel bad for him. Let's get him some stuff."
To be honest with you, Paul's the best actual barbecuer that I've ever known. Aren't you, bro?
Well, you never eat the corn on the cob.
Where were you doing?
He cooks all this stuff. He's like, "You're not eating that." I'm like, "God, I can't eat that. My teeth won't go through it."
When were you doing barbecue? I'm confused now.
I went down to his. We stayed at his house. He were absolutely amazing. The entire weekend were absolutely amazing. And he spent so much money on all this, for the barbecue and stuff. But he isn't absolutely the greatest barbecuer. But he tried, and it was just amazing. It was just amazing.
Every time Paul's been down to Birmingham, fucker always falls asleep. It's like Paul coming out, and it's like he's asleep.
This is true. I'm a kind of one night person. So I get there.
I'm just never there on that night. It turns out.
The only thing you got to do is make sure he's awake at like 6 o'clock in the morning and take him to KFC. He's fine.
I said drinking day and day and day.
It's the walking in the.
Fuck off! You're a bigger drinker than me.
Get your second win.
For one night, but next night it's just.
I remember waking up at Expo and he's going, "I want my mom."
Oh, speaking of which, Expo's been announced, hasn't it?
Oh yeah.
When?
Yeah, May 2020.
May.
Are we going, bro?
Absolutely, man.
So what our actual thing was last time was that we're actually going to take a microwave
to the hotel.
To the hotel, we're going to take a microwave. We're going to sell pound meals through the, through the flat.
Hot dogs or something. Microwave hot dogs.
But I did the hot dogs in the actual kettle, didn't I? I did. Honestly, I did it.
Just the next person in that room.
Sellotape the lid, the fire button down.
Yeah, no, honestly, no. What I did was I cleaned it afterwards. I wasn't that much of a barbarian.
You are. You cooked hot dogs in a kettle.
No, but how? No, how did you keep the kettle going? Did you just put a weight on it?
No, you only got to fill it to the top. It takes so many seconds. It's nice and warm. They're hot dogs.
I thought.
How long do you want to cook hot dogs for?
I thought you had to boil them for a bit.
Not those horrible dog penis hot dogs. They don't matter, do
they? Dude, I just sat, from the breakfast in the morning. I'd already got the bacon in a Tupperware box because it's all you can eat.
Fair play.
I do that when I'm away. Just hammer the breakfast. When it's a breakfast buffet, you just go, "I ain't eating till 7 o'clock tonight, so this is happening. I'm going to eat enough to give myself a shit, so I don't care."
One of the years I stayed at the Ibis Styles or whatever it was. So you had to walk across. No, Expo, NEC.
Oh, okay.
So you
Yeah.
complete
So-
opposite side to the show hall.
Yeah. Me and Mike stayed there last year.
You walked for a little thing. I think I went to the casino. I came back about 1:30, 2ish, and I saw the thing saying 24 hours, get whatever you want. And I said to the reception guy, I'll have a pizza. And in principle, this is all quite good. The only problem is he clearly had to wake up the cook. And then the cook had to stomp in and sort this pizza out. And I had to sit and talk to him while he made it.
Oh, God.
So that's a brilliant conversation.
Paul was sat down there, this actual bloke, didn't he, when you were at the Ibis or at Hilton? He actually thought it were actually the proper Paul McCartney.
Yeah, was that the taxi driver or something?
Yeah.
Oh, it was the kebab guy. I was in the Hilton. I stayed in the Hilton the first time we went to Expo, and I'd ordered a kebab. And the delivery guy actually thought that because I was in the Hilton and because my name was Paul McCartney, he was actually walking in expecting to see the real person.
You have to work on doing the voice. That'd be amazing.
I don't think.
I know what you're thinking. Do I look like Paul McCartney? No. But I am Paul McCartney.
Standing here waiting for kebab if I was-
He looked more like Ringo Starr in an headlock.
There's a chili sauce on that. That's great.
Really, are we doing this again? The name thing, John? Really?
I know. I do.
It's a Beatles heavy show. We've been talking about the Get Back, the
Do you know
documentary.
all you reminded me of? You know when you're talking about walking and stuff. We got to, the World's, whatever it's called, Hotel World.
Oh yeah. Resort World.
Resort World, and we were staying at the Hilton, and we were walking past, and a taxi came. Because I was like, I can't be bastard ass. It's only like a mile. I'm not walking, and a taxi came past with its light on, and I went like that, and he pulled over, and I went, "Oh, mate, just want to go to the Hilton," and he went, "I've been booked." I went, "What?" And he said, "Oh, I've been booked." I said, "Why pull over then, you stupid cunt?" He went, "What?" I went, "Turn your fucking light off." And he went, "Fuck you!" I went, "Fuck you, you fucking twat."
He might have thought you were in really lots of trouble, though.
I
You
remember
were probably being really nice.
He was. Were you there?
No. Do you know what you were? Do you know what you were? His TikTok.
Just his TikTok. That TikTok didn't exist.
He was sat down there going, "This is just somebody from a Cornwall."
I've had about 3 or 4 people do that. I was on the phone to my mum. I was like, my mum was saying something like, "Oh, so I don't know if you know, but tomatoes have gone up 30p," and and I'm going, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah." And she went, "We're going down Dobbies and have probably do 2 for 1 on Wednesdays with food." And I went, "All right, mum." And then a car came past. I went, "Dun, dun, 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 dun," and I looked like I go, "Oh," and he went, and this guy went, "Oh fucking hell, British countryside." I kept driving, and my mum went, "What was that?" I don't know. No idea. It's a crazy person.
See, Paul is. You know where you've got TikTok, have you, bro?
No.
No. Honestly, he would sit down here and he'd berate you for TikTok really badly. I absolutely love your TikToks. I sit there for all the time on watching your TikToks.
Not for like 16-year-old wee lassies, no, it's
Only if that's what you're looking for.
I don't know.
People always do that.
It's the beard, mate. It's the beard.
People always go like, "All I ever see on there is half-naked 16-year-olds." Stop watching them. Just press not interested.
Right. While we've got everyone here, we need to talk about the big topic on the group this week.
Oh yes, good idea.
Get you guys' input on this. Right. What is the worst chain restaurant in the UK? So fast foody outlets. The top 5 were Toby, Wetherspoons, Nando's, Harvester, and McDonald's. Where do you guys stand? What's your worst?
Me personally, I put Benny and what's his face.
Frankie and Benny.
Frankie and Benny.
They're fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's shit. It's not cheap either.
No. Normally they've got rats.
Wetherspoons, sure. I mean, their pictures are so not what you get when you look at the menu.
That came storming up.
That was second.
Did Toby's win in the end?
Toby won in the end with 34.
Wow.
Toby's in Scotland, I don't think. I've never heard of Toby's.
Toby Carvery.
You've never heard of Toby Carvery?
Toby Carvery, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, it's like what idiots think roast dinners are. That's what I think of it as. I went there with my.
What people like is they get as much as you want.
Oh, but it's fucking like my brother-in-law. It was his birthday, and we went there. Fuck knows why. My father-in-law, he couldn't get over the size of people but how much they'd put on the plate. Right, and it became like a thing. Every so often he'd go, John, look at this one. And there'd just be someone coming past with.
Yeah, but John, you're the bloke who actually puts pictures up of eggs Benedict in the morning, bro.
Yeah, I do that. That's like
I don't think that's on the same fucking par as Toby Carvery, do you?
Well, that's not my fault. This is just
Yes, I know. They're all fat fuckers who go to Toby Carvery because they're all going, look, we can all fucking eat as much as we want.
So
Frank and Benny. What about Paul? What's your worst?
Oh, what's your worst chain?
Wetherspoons.
Oh, right.
Really?
Because of the pictures.
Yeah,
Nobody likes the beer.
If you're going in any restaurant that has pictures of the food, it's a warning sign.
these are really bad. I mean,
If it's laminated, you're in trouble.
it really annoys me Wetherspoons. I was in one time. I worked.
You got to pay for every mushroom, every bean.
No, one time we walked in the town, it was snowing, so I couldn't actually get into the office. So we went into Wetherspoons and we ordered a drink. And they said you have to order food so that you can get a drink. And we're like, well, give me a roll and bacon and a beer. And I was like, no, you have to order a full breakfast. We're like, but I want to have like 5 pints. And I need to order 5 full breakfasts at the same time. And I was like, you just said I need to order food. Now I need to order a full breakfast. I got a big argument with the guy. Needless to say, I had lots of breakfasts in front of me.
They can't be that bad, can they?
So we're on about Witherspoons, right? Obviously, I do a radio show now on a Friday.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
I do a radio show on a Friday on the 510 Connection. So there's actually, I do a bit where you talk about what's in the news. There's an actual bloke who goes around the entire Witherspoons and collects chips. So do you know them actual where we used to have when you collected the football cards and slide them in? He slides chips in, tells them exactly where he got them from, and keeps them. 915 restaurants he's been to.
Collects chips.
Collects the chips. There is actually something on Facebook where it's how many chips you actually get in a portion on your dinner. What's life going to? He collects chips. If you think I'm fibbing, you can Google it. Google it, and he's sat down there with his match stats box with chips in it.
I said McDonald's. It's
I don't think it counts as a restaurant.
It's on the list.
Yeah, because you put it on.
I didn't put it on.
Someone else did. I didn't.
Hang on. Let me pull this back up. McDonald's.
It's a burp and a Trump and you're done.
McDonald's got 15% of the vote.
But it's not. But like
the burgers are awful.
Agreed. But they're £1. Doesn't matter.
Do you know what? What redeems McDonald's? The breakfasts aren't that bad.
Yeah, I agree. That is the hangover cure of the century.
Actually, yeah,
is a McDonald's breakfast.
The hash browns are not bad. The sausage kind of thing works. The eggs are proper eggs.
Yeah. I'm just a picky bastard.
It's a real egg.
Do you like?
You have eggs Benedict.
They
look beautiful. Every time you do it, mate, I'm coming down to your house with them.
I'll do it for you. Come down.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, they do look good.
That you make.
They do look every time he does it.
It's a lot of fucking work,
What's that,
isn't it? When you could just have Frosties.
Homemade muffins you make.
Oh, I do those as well. Yeah.
They look good when you.
Yeah, they're fun because you kind of leave the dough for like 24 hours and it goes like a little bit sour, which is you're meant to do, and then bake them in a pan.
What did you vote, John?
Oh, Toby Carvery. It's a dumb. I wrote most of them on there. They were most of them. Nando's.
Yeah,
Nando's.
if you had to pick one.
Shit.
Just call me TripAdvisor.
I'm gonna go.
No, you have to pick one. That's all.
I'm gonna pick one. I am gonna pick one. It's not gonna be what I said, but it's for an odd reason, which is I put it there as well, which is Wagamama's. Because Wagamama's is Asian food for people who don't know what fucking Asian food is. It's bullshit. You get hardly any, and you have to sit with fucking pretentious wankers who are going. Wagamama's.
What the fuck is Wagamama's?
Have you ever had super noodles? It's that with chicken on it.
Yeah, you sit
it's
on
like,
a really
it's like what
long bench.
one?
Wagamama's posh in Glasgow. That's
super noodles.
It's like posh soup. It's like chicken noodles. It's bollocks.
What you actually know what Wagamama's is?
Yeah, there's one around the corner from my work. They do a chicken katsu that's really nice.
Please fucking eat chicken katsu to do yourself, Paul. It's a piece of piss. Like, so simple.
They've
and it
nailed
tastes
it.
10
Though.
times better.
They've nailed it.
Of course they have, because it's in a packet.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, we're on about a bloke who can't even fucking barbecue a bit of corn.
How did you get that wrong, Paul? Not enough heat.
I didn't fucking get it wrong. He just refused to eat it. I wrapped it up in foil and I put it on the coals like you do. I put a bit of butter in there, a bit of salt and pepper, and it was fine. He fucking scoffed about 6 hot dogs and 4 hot cheeseburgers, and I went like, "You've not ate your corn on the cob."
There,
We're still feeding him it 2 days after. You're gonna eat it. You're gonna eat it.
Right.
You've got a few people.
It's the last time I used that barbecue, I think.
You've got a few people who jumped on your McDonald's, by the way. Benzel goes with McDonald's is absolute shite. Stuart
I
goes
literally feel dirty after I've eaten it.
You'd be supposed to. That's part of the
I
experience.
don't like that feeling.
I don't like that feeling.
I hate most. I hate most. I hate most carveries, and so I'm quite happy they're all shut at the moment because they're shit.
Did he say that louder than he normally says anything? I don't like that feeling.
It's not my kind of thing.
The kids are in. The kids are in.
But do you not like?
Big fun with this program, those kids.
But don't you think you're supposed to, like McDonald's? No one's walking in thinking, "I'm gonna have the best meal ever."
Yeah, because they think they're getting a chicken premiere.
Yeah, chicken royale.
When I was a boy, they used to get sponsored by the movies quite a lot. So you'd go in and get your Happy Meal and get your Batman toy or your Jurassic
Good value.
Park or something like that.
Yeah.
It's good
I don't know
value.
if
A
it's still-
toy,
Well, it was that-
a drink, a burger and chips for £2.
The other thing was though, Paul,
I get that now.
it was infrequent, which what made it. When I was a kid, we went to McDonald's like once every 2 months or something like that, and the infrequency made it like amazing. There are kids now that eat that shit every 2 days. I mean,
John, how old are you? I'm 42-year-old, right?
40.
But I'm 42-year-old. McDonald's were nothing. We never went there. Actually, the place around ours, we had fish and chips on a Friday. My dad used to go and get fish and chips on a Friday, and then there were like a couple of burger bars that opened up, but it wasn't like a certain thing to go to McDonald's. It was nothing. You never had it.
Well, I'm from Milton Keynes, and from a village a bit of the way out, and there was a bit in about 1985 where people had McDonald's birthday parties.
Yeah.
Honestly, I could
Mate,
get moist.
I'll tell you what, if it had been anything, it would have been Wimpy. It wouldn't have been McDonald's. It'd have been Wimpy.
I went to Wimpy 2 weeks ago.
It'd have been Wimpy. McDonald's really wasn't around in '85. It'd have been Wimpy.
It wasn't. It was McDonald's. I've got a picture of me. I was 5.
Have you got he sat there with Ronald McDonald waving, going, "Hey, wait until I get on TikTok."
My mum. Do you know what?
No, it was a Hamburglar.
My mum and my wife have got something in common, right? Which is totally true, which is what I still do nowadays. Right? I'm generally quite miserable, right? But the smallest thing can make me really happy. And my mum...
Your wife said that.
My mum always says... My mum will say to my wife, "It was such a smiley baby." And my wife, I sometimes catch her out the corner of my eye. We went to Italy for 2 weeks. I had a great time, but all the beer was shit. Like, it was all really pissy lager, and I really didn't want it.
I don't know why you go on holiday.
Oh, I like, because I love it. But we were in Rome, and they had...
When in Rome?
We were in Rome.
Baroni.
No. I got a pint of Lagunitas, right? And I took one sip, and I put it away from me, and my wife was on this other table. I looked up, and she was like that. And I went, "You all right?" And she went... I would love to feel about anything in my entire life how you just felt that second. And I went, "What?" And she went, you glowed. There was the second that touched your lips, you went, "Nothing beats this." And I said, "Really?" Just like,
you know the best thing about it, I'd have been a bit like your mum. I'd have gone to, "Did he get you drunk, love?" And you'd gone, "Yeah, he got me drunk. It don't matter how it tastes. Our all right."
John's lost that. He's lost that.
That's how he's got a concert. He's a connoisseur.
Alcohol.
You can see it all the time. He needs a beer channel. You know, like you've stopped actually reviewing now, and you've got a pot plant behind you and a different picture. So what has to happen
Their
now
job
is
life.
he has to get rid of all that furniture he's got behind him and start a beer channel.
Yeah. John should make his own.
I'll do it with Richard.
Get brewing. What am I going to add to it? I'm going to lose my credibility when I rock up with a Carlin, aren't I?
No, it's fine. Yeah, I do that. Do you think you can have a really shitty day and I can have make a really good sandwich? It's
Need to
different.
water that plant.
Better day.
You go for it. If you can make a really good sandwich that makes you really, really happy, you go for it.
Oh, definitely.
I normally have to have an angry wank.
No, because again, with the bread, it makes me feel dirty.
Oh, it would do,
Don't
yeah.
wank with bread then.
You'd be sat down there wanting an
Yeah.
Italian baguette with cheese on top of it, toasted.
I said, don't wank with bread then.
Well, how are you supposed to do it?
Eat it.
How does it work? You send me pictures.
Whilst melting the cheese on top.
I just don't think it's right.
I don't really care about I'm not that pretentious. I like cooking and stuff.
Yeah, you can cook, so it's a completely different world for you going into a high.
Yeah, if I can cook
food
better than what I'm buying,
Rich, can't you cook?
I'm pissed off.
No.
Joking.
Got a
Richard's
microwave.
Richard is exact same attitude as my wife. She can't cook, so she just doesn't give a shit. Like it doesn't matter. As long as it's hot and you can eat it, she don't care.
Oh no, I'm quite discerning about what I.
It's quite discerning. I love that.
I've seen some
I'm
of the
not able
garbage
to produce it myself.
Tell your wife to sleep. She's going to knock the fuck out of you tomorrow when she
No,
watches
she can't
it.
cook. I can't cook. It's a fact.
That is absolutely. I will stand by that.
I don't know what we're going to do when our kids get to the point where they don't want chicken nuggets.
My wife and we were out with some friends, and my wife and our friend were talking, and she said, "Why do you ever eat out?" And so he said, "Well,
Yeah,
what do you
I'm
mean?"
with them. What's the fucking point of you eating?
I had fish and chips today, and it was absolutely banging. It was so good. It was mushy peas, chips, and they made their own jalapeno tartar sauce. It was off the chart. It was so good. And what made it even better was the atmosphere, because there was a couple next to us on their first date, and we were in a really quiet pub, and it made me laugh my tits off, but I couldn't do it out loud. Do you know someone on their first date just say mental shit? Like, yeah, and I went up Snowdonia. Do you know Snowdonia? And she went, yeah. And she went, yeah. He went, yeah. Mountain. And she went, yeah. I said, yeah, I was with a couple of mates. They didn't make it to the top, but I'm just one of those guys. You just, focus.
John is so posh. John, you are so posh. You don't piss in the bath. You do it in the actual sponge and wring it out in the sink, dude. It's getting even fucking worse, this dude.
I got told off by a fish and chip shop man once. Not told off for such. So you get your fish and chips. He puts it all there. You've paid for it, and then you get to put your salt and vinegar on. Put loads of vinegar on, and he went, "Oh, drowned it." And I went, "Can't drown a fish." See you later.
The thing about it, do you not put the salt? I put the salt on first.
I'm not a vinegar man.
Salt on first, then vinegar.
No.
You gotta let the salt soak into it.
Yeah, salt sticks.
The salt sticks to the vinegar.
Yeah, but you gotta let the salt soak in.
Idiot.
Well, you know that already. So it makes no
we're gonna have to just go, Paul, what are you vaping first? If you haven't told us.
I've got the Dead Rabbit 3 on the X.
That is a gorgeous setup.
Mm.
It just is it's a high street honey.
Some jam tart.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Lovely.
Some free juice you've received.
Aidan, what are you vaping? Oh, when's your radio show on and where can we hear?
Yeah,
you
it's
should tell everyone
on the
about that,
Mixcloud on a Friday, the 510 radio, which you can get on Mixcloud, like I said. Absolutely fantastic. I'm really enjoying it. It's just a bit of a giggle.
I really like the sound of it.
So please go over there and check it out.
Yeah, I'll send you a link, John. I've been
Friday.
checking it out.
Yeah, Aidan, bang the link up on Friday
Thank you.
before you go live. Just stick it on the group so we can all have a go.
I'm on the new Aspire, which is the sorry, I've got loads of shit here because I've not reviewed anything. It's the new Aspire, which I think you've just put a review out, haven't you, Paul?
Oh,
Or near enough. It's the Flexus, which is like I think you could. It's 3 amp charging, literally 80% in 10 minutes. Now,
3 amp.
yeah.
Fuck, that's fast.
So what's going to happen with the battery life on this? So you're going to get it. Is you can charge it so fast. Eventually, is this going to not work?
Right.
It's not going to have that longevity. You're going to charge it up and charge it up. Or how's it going to work? Do you think?
I think it'll keep going because the lithium's so different. As long as you treat it well and run it right down before you charge it, I think it'll keep going and going and going.
What do you think, Paul?
I've no idea about batteries. Do they not all last about a year and then you need to replace them anyway?
Yeah, it changes the internal resistance, but with you've got it, as long as you've got something controlling that, which you have, then it won't let you do anything that's dodgy. Because
obviously you're pushing the Sorin massively, aren't you? You bought them into the shop and stuff.
Yeah,
I've not reviewed it. They've all gone. I've not reviewed that. Have you reviewed that, Paul?
No, they asked me. I said they need to pay me £1 million, and they said no.
It's absolute bagging. Seriously, it's the dark horse of the. It was for me. It's the dark horse of the year.
See what you sent me one over, didn't you, Paul? Which was the one, which when they're being so small.
Yeah.
The coil being so close, the burn your mouth.
Yeah, but now you've got this. The coil's here, and it's here. And you've got 0.8s and 6s. You just drop it in. I'm only running this. I run these at 13 watts on the 0.8. And it's just banging.
What's the other coil that they get with it?
0.6.
So you won't really push it any further than that anyway. But what's it go up to?
I think it goes up to 30. 25 up to 30, I think, on the 6.
So if you push it any further, it's going to burn your lips, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. But you've got it wide open on the 30. If you've got it,
you found that, didn't you, Paul? With them flat devices, anything that's flat, it ends up burning your lips if you push it any further than.
But can you see now? It's not.
Yeah, remember those little circle ones? I can't remember what they were called. But
it was the one.
The one was it?
The reason I pushed it is because I saw Nick Grim Green and Matt at Suck My Mod, and they'd got it, and there was like hardly you got 3 drop shippers in the UK who'd got it, and that was it. And I was like, this is mental. So I just took a punt. I bought them, and they went. I got them. They went in 2 days, and I've had nothing but really great feedback off them. So I'm really, really happy that people thought I was right.
Good coils.
Yeah, that's the thing. The coils last. I've got
again. What I'm going for, I've got the new MPV, which I know you've just got a review out for that, Paul.
I've got that,
and also the new Swanker from Las Vegas. that is really, really nice.
Pretty. I do like it's better in hand than I thought it would be.
It looks really, really nice. And then they've got the bit where you can put it in and just hold a bottle, like your own juice, so you can just push it in.
All right.
So if you want to use it as a normal mod, you just push it in, and it holds 9.5 mil of juice, and you can put that whatever you want to do to it. So yeah, no, I really like it. I love the Quest chip. I don't know what your thoughts are on the Quest chip.
I will say in chat, Swirly Merc said most branded lithiums will take 3 amp easy, heat dependent. So don't do it. That's the other thing, because we were talking about this earlier. Don't get lithium really, really cold or really, really hot. It really doesn't like that at all. Like room
I'd be very surprised if that device is actually charging at 3 amps.
I think you're going to have to go through a proper... again, I don't know if you're still getting stuff from Geekbait, but the 65... Is it called 65? It's a 65.
You're pushing an 18650 though. If you do 3 amp and 18650, you're really pushing it.
No, this is
a smaller battery than that.
It's their new. You did the Obelisk. They've done the 65S something.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, that's set up specifically for fast charging, isn't it?
Wherever it bloody is. But yeah, they've done that one as well. So again, are they pushing that? Is the battery going to last though?
No, that's definitely that because it's set up for it and it's special. It's got
just keep hammering it.
It's got the special technology, the special code that senses battery problems. So It's 3 amps until the battery gets to a certain temperature, and then it lowers it.
Is it something that, obviously people are talking about, like innovation that we've got in vaping? Do you feel that we've gone too far with tanks, with sort of the pod mods and all this stuff? Do you think battery is now the place that needs to be looking at changing?
It's really difficult.
It's a waiting game. Got to wait for one of these electric car companies to release a battery that's better.
Yeah, there's a few options. We spoke about this with the man himself in New York. I can't think of his name right now. Mooch, yeah, really good. Quantum, is if they ever manage it, is where we are. Lithium. The thing is, unlike memory halves in size and doubles in capacity every year. That isn't the same with energy. You can't just go. It doesn't. That's not how it works. They just don't work. So at the moment, it's boards. So the board is doing all the work for you. Will that change? I don't know. I mean, there's nothing going to happen in the next year. So,
hey, Paul, you've been around here for a long time, same as same as you, Richard. You've seen everything come and go. Where do you think something's going to change? What needs to be changed?
I don't know.
Because the thing about you, Paul, you get proper bored.
Yeah, I think everything's. I mean, if I see another pod, I'll shoot someone. I think.
Yeah.
But the MVP pod, I thought, why is that MVP? It's not MVP for me. Was a brick, and that was what was cool about it. It was about a big battery. It was solid. You could bang it off the wall. But the MVP pod's just jumped on that name.
Yeah, that is shameless. But the actual pod's pretty good.
It's pretty good, but do you just not like it didn't have a compass or a torch or?
Well, it didn't have anything MVP, did it? It was it was just jumping on the name.
Yeah, it is cheeky.
But I don't know where we're going to go. I think we've kind of went round a couple of circles now.
I think it's the next trend. We're waiting for the next trend, aren't we?
Yeah, we need it. We do need it. I think the pods need to fuck off.
I think the fact is the US market's dead. I think the companies are just not really putting much.
So what I did like about again Inikin, what they brought out with the 21700 of the Chroma R. Yeah. Which it should have been in the first place. Chroma R was like proper one of my top mods. I absolutely loved it. I loved the way it looked. I loved the way it works. And now they brought the same sort of technology with what they had with the Chroma Z and the other one they had, which I'm not quite sure about if they've got this like cleaning coil thing, haven't they? Yeah. I'm not quite sure if that works, but that Coil Plus I quite like because the way it does it, it gives it a little bit of vibration and it pushes it back into your coil. I quite like that. The other one, I'm not quite sure if that works. What's your thought on that?
What a shit.
I think it's bollocks, that.
I really wish they'd concentrate on their coils, their Inikin. I think they've lost that.
The whole variable frequency thing, I think is complete horseshit.
Yeah. I like that Coil Plus. It seems to do a little bit for me. Afterwards, it seems to push a little bit more juice into it.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
You're creating something that may force the juice. You can actually shake a tank. You can actually shake a tank to create slightly more feeding, because even if it creates a little air bubble, that pushes up, juice goes in. It's the same sort of thing.
Paul, what do you do when you do a tank? You do that, don't you?
Whip test.
Whip test. No, that's what we do. But when you just say you've got because your favourite is the Inikin, isn't it? Is it the Inikin? No, it's the
Crown 4. Yeah,
it's Crown 4. But what's the mod you have? It's normally like orange. What were it called?
Oh, the Tesla Invader.
Tesla Invaded. So what you used to do is you used to get that, and then he used to like lob it. Like after as soon as you did it, then he'd lob it.
Because it would fill up with condensation and that, and you'd gurgle. What?
That.
I think we're going to have to lose the audience.
We're going to have to wrap up. We're going to have to wrap it up.
Sorry, lads.
No,
you're all right.
Thanks for watching,
Just,
everyone.
just
Smash
before we
the
do
like
that,
button.
guys, I just want to jump in and say again a massive thanks to everybody for contributing to the Christmas raffle. John, a massive thanks to you as always. And thanks to everybody that chipped in. We had a really good year, massive amount of money raised, great presents, lots of food. On Christmas Day, when you eat your turkey, just have a little think back and just say, you know what, I helped many kids this morning have a really good morning. So thanks to you.
And whoever won my bit, just please let me know so I can just send it out by UPS.
Oh, yeah.
Paul and I always kind of keep one thing in the forefront of our minds, which is the fact that you do it. We're just tools in the whole thing and put it together and work out what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. But without you, there's nothing. And so, as Paul says, guilt-free, knock yourself out with turkey and get pissed and everything else, and know that you change somebody else's Christmas, just knowing that somebody else gives a shit. A stranger with no face gives a shit, and we never claim anything from this. When Paul drops the gifts off, we do it with no fanfare, and we don't want any pictures taken, etc. And we'll do it. I'll do exactly the same when we get to the food bank. We'll dump the food off, and if they want any engagement when it comes to their stuff, we never do that because you did it. We didn't do it. And that's the rules between Paul and I that we set every year. So thank you, because without you, they wouldn't do it. Oh, and go over to www.justhadnick.all.uk and spend money. That's it.
Cheers for watching. Thanks for jumping on.
Cheers.
Keep our soul,
Thanks for watching, guys.
See you later, guys. Thanks.